Do you worry about falling? It is the number one fear I hear from my patients over the age of 65. And it's justified. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 1 in 5 falls causes a serious injury like a hip fracture or a head injury. These are not just statistics. These are the life-altering events that strip away your hard-earned independence and force a change in your living situation in an instant. The fear of becoming a burden to your family is a heavy weight, and it is a fear we are here to eliminate. But here's the truth that most people get wrong about their stability. The greatest threat to your balance and control is not simply your age or genetics. It is the silent atrophy of your stabilizing muscles, a condition I call sedentary atrophy, caused by one constant insidious habit: sitting too much. Prolonged sitting is quietly dismantling your body's essential support system, specifically the muscles designed to keep you centered and upright. Every step you take, every quick turn, becomes riskier because the critical muscles have fallen asleep. The good news is that you can reverse this critical loss of strength and stability safely, easily, and effectively, using nothing more than your sturdy kitchen chair. I am here to guide you as a board-certified geriatric health coach through 3 simple chair-supported exercises. These aren't just random movements. They are the 3 non-negotiable pillars of functional balance that will directly target and eliminate your biggest stability gaps. We are going to start regaining confident control over your body and your life today. Danger: the triple threat of sedentary atrophy. Before we implement the fix, we must understand the full mechanics of how prolonged sitting compromises your stability. When you spend 8, 9, or even 10 hours a day seated, your body switches into a low-power mode designed for survival, not strength. Your core stability system is essentially unplugged. This sedentary state creates a triple threat to your health, far beyond simple muscle weakness. The first threat: gluteal weakness. When you stand, your powerful gluteal muscles, your glutes, are the primary drivers that extend your hip and push you forward. When seated, these muscles are compressed and completely inactive. Over time, they become chronically weak, leading to a condition known as gluteal amnesia. When you try to walk, your glutes are slow to fire, forcing smaller, weaker back muscles to compensate, leading to low back pain and an unstable stride. The second threat: hip flexor tightness. Conversely, the muscles at the front of your hip, the hip flexors, are held in a constant, shortened, tight position while sitting. This tightness pulls your pelvis forward, altering your posture and preventing you from standing fully upright. This posture makes your walk feel unsteady, shifts your center of gravity forward, and is a direct contributor to an unstable gait. The third threat: cognitive and metabolic slowdown. It is not just about muscle. Prolonged sitting slows circulation, increasing your risk for deep vein thrombosis or DVT. Furthermore, studies link excessive sitting to a slower metabolism and an increased risk of cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes. The brain is also starved of optimal blood flow. Research confirms that a sedentary lifestyle is linked to cognitive decline, contributing to memory problems and brain fog. This is why merely breaking up your sitting time with micro-movements every 30 to 60 minutes is so vital. A short walk once a day cannot undo the systemic damage of an entire day of stillness. You need targeted, functional movements that retrain these specific sleepy muscles to fire up instantly when you need them most. This brings us to our first and most fundamental fix. Fix number 1: the knee anchor. This first movement is the gold standard of functional training. It is designed to do one critical thing: give you the explosive power to stand up without relying on your arms. If you can confidently and repeatedly master this action, you have secured the most fundamental aspect of your independence: the exercise: seated sit to stand. This is a comprehensive strength exercise that activates your quadriceps, hamstrings, and especially those dormant glutes all at once. This single movement is your anti-fall insurance policy. How to perform it safely and effectively. Safety is paramount, so first, choose a stable, non-rolling chair, preferably one pushed securely against a wall. Sit tall, adjusting your position so your hips are near the front edge of the seat. Your feet should be planted flat on the floor, positioned directly under your knees at a comfortable 90-degree angle. This alignment ensures your knees are protected and the power comes from your hips and glutes. Now, cross your arms over your chest or gently place them on opposite shoulders. This simple act prevents you from cheating or pushing off the chair's armrests. Lean forward slightly from your hips, shifting your weight, and then push straight up through your heels to a full standing position. At the very top, make sure to squeeze your glutes tightly to practice engaging that crucial stabilizing muscle group. Then slowly, with deliberate control, reverse the movement. Lower yourself back down, aiming to only let your glutes lightly tap the chair before pushing immediately back up. Avoid plopping down heavily. The functional goal. The functional goal, the benchmark of safety, is to build the strength and control to perform this movement 5 times consecutively in under 10 seconds. This clinical benchmark is a reliable indicator of your functional ability and is a massive, measurable step towards eliminating the anxiety and fear of falling. Perform this in 2 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions, or until you feel muscle fatigue, ensuring the power comes from your legs, not your upper body. This movement anchors your entire lower body and prevents the disaster of being trapped on the floor. Fix number 2, the core stabilizer. Once you have the strength to push yourself up, we must ensure your core can keep you stable when you are in motion. This targets your dynamic balance, the ability to stay upright while twisting, reaching, or walking across an uneven surface. The exercise, seated hip march. This deceptively simple seated exercise strengthens the deep core muscles and counteracts the tightness in the hip flexors caused by prolonged sitting. It is a specific training drill to stabilize your torso during walking. How to perform it safely and effectively? Sit tall in your stable chair, moving away from the backrest to force your core to activate. Keep both feet flat on the floor and your torso perfectly straight and still. You may place your hands lightly on the sides of the chair for minimal support, but focus the effort on your abdominal and hip muscles. Now, initiate the movement by slowly lifting your left knee toward your chest. Concentrate intensely on maintaining a perfectly straight, still torso. The key to this exercise is control, not speed. Control the movement on the way up, and even more so, control it slowly on the way down. Your primary goal is to prevent your upper body from swaying or leaning to the opposite side as your leg lifts. Any swaying indicates a weakness in your core stabilizers that needs immediate attention. Lower the foot and repeat immediately with the right leg, maintaining that centered focus. Perform this march for 2 to 3 sets of 15 repetitions on each side. By training your deep core to resist rotation and lateral sway, you solidify your central axis of balance. This is the central pillar essential for walking confidently and safely across any surface, from carpet to pavement. Fix number 3, the ground connection. Many people focus only on large muscle groups, but the real secret to immediate fall prevention lies in the small structures that provide sensory feedback, your ankles and feet. The body's primary defense against a trip is not muscle strength. It is instant reaction time. The exercise, ankle ABCS and toe taps. This 2-part exercise sharpens your proprioception, which is your body's internal GPS or sixth sense. Proprioception is the nervous system's ability to sense where your foot is in space without having to look at it. A sharp proprioceptive system allows you to react instantly and adjust your footing when you unexpectedly step on a pebble, a rug corner, or a small uneven patch of pavement. How to perform it safely and effectively? Sit comfortably and extend one leg out slightly so your foot is completely clear of the floor. Using only your ankle and foot, imagine writing the entire alphabet in capital letters from A to Z with your big toe. Focus intensely on slow, deliberate, and controlled movements, especially when forming the edges of the letters. This controlled movement increases the flexibility in your ankle joint and wakes up the nerves that feed information back to your brain. When you finish one foot, gently place it down and switch to the other foot, completing the full alphabet on both sides. The second part of the exercise is toe taps. Keep your heels firmly planted on the ground. Lift your toes high toward the ceiling, flexing the muscles on the front of your shin. Then, gently lower them back down. This simple toe tap movement strengthens the muscles that actively lift your foot while walking. A weak toe lift is what causes the foot to drag and is the most common cause of a simple avoidable trip hazard. Perform the toe taps for 30 to 45 seconds on each side. This ground connection work makes your feet smarter and more reactive, providing the crucial half second of reaction time needed to stop a trip before it becomes a fall. Conclusion: your path to independence. We have just given you the 3 non-negotiable pillars of stability, all easily practiced from the safety of a chair: the knee anchor for powerful lift, the core stabilizer for dynamic balance, and the ground connection for instant reaction time. Your independence is your most valuable asset. It is non-negotiable, and these minor, consistent movements are the foundation of major, lasting health. My firm guidance as your health coach is simple. Commit to this anti-fall routine for just 5 minutes, 3 days a week. Consistency is more important than intensity when it comes to rebuilding stability. Resonance point. Out of these 3 simple chair-supported exercises, the sit-to-stand, the seated hip march, or the ankle ABCs, which one are you going to start with today to reclaim your sense of safety and confidence? Please share your commitment in the comments below. Now, while these 3 movements are transformative, there is a physical obstacle that can make the sit-to-stand movement incredibly difficult. If your hips are chronically tight, a condition common with prolonged sitting, getting up and down from the chair can feel like a painful struggle, even with strong legs. That hip stiffness is often the #1 physical limitation, preventing you from achieving full pain-free mobility and independence. That is why you need to watch my next video immediately. Click the link on your screen now for the ultimate follow-up guide, the 5-minute morning mobility routine that reverses hip tightness after 60. This video will unlock that next foundational step in your journey to full, confident independence. Remember to consult with your personal doctor or physical therapist before starting any new exercise program. Your safety is our priority.